Friday, January 30th, 2026. Carly makes an offer. Jason connects the dots. Lulu makes a confession. Rocco's feelings are hurt, and Portia is rebuffed. Read the last GH recap. Nathan and Lulu kissed. Carly saw a new side of Valentine, and Britt confessed to Jason. In the cafe, Nathan tells Lulu he's not perfect. She says he's always been a good man. He wants to be the man she sees him as. They kiss. She pulls back. They kiss again. She leaps away and tries to play this off by saying that they are just in strange circumstances. He admits he's wanted to kiss her for a long time. She says Maxie would kill her if she knew she had feelings for him too. He says their feelings are real. Maxie has already moved on and made another family since he died. The life they had is a memory and he can't live in it. Lulu knows that, but it would crush her friend if she found out about this. They know their feelings could hurt people they care about, including Dante. Her feelings for him are confused and they grew apart. She admits she enjoyed the kiss. He says she is probably right that they should let this go. At Carly's, she tells Valentine she thought he was reprehensible, but that has changed since she's seen how much he loves his daughter. He says she's not who he thought she was either. She asks him to sleep in the guest room. No one will interrupt them tonight. They discuss how he wants to be better for his daughter. When he asks if she's bothered Jack could end up in Steinmauer, Jack starts ringing the doorbell. Valentine hides upstairs as she lets Jack in. He quickly notices there are 2 glasses out. She claims she only poured out a drink for Jason, but he didn't come. He's happy they have the place to themselves. When he has to take a work call, she paces and looks in the mirror. She tells herself she can do this and returns to Jack. Carly and Jack have sex on the couch. At the gatehouse, Charlotte and Danny leap out of their kiss when Rocco bursts in. They tell him about sheltering from the storm. Rocco is surprised Danny knows Valentine is at Carly's. He asks if they want to head back to the house, but they decide to sit around and eat s'mores. Danny and Charlotte smile at each other. In the stables, Molly comes down from bed and Cody confronts her about her manuscript. He confronts her about basing the lead character on him and portraying him as an idiot. She says this fight is all about him invading her privacy. He claims he only read it because he thinks so highly of her. Molly makes excuses and says she started the book when things were different between them. His character changes later in the book. Cody doesn't know what to do with what she used to think of him. She says opinions change. He's sure she sees him as a joke. She's surprised he's taking this so hard. Cody tells her he thinks the world of her and she's filled a book with the worst things he thinks of himself. Molly insists she doesn't see him as a clown. The novel got her through a terrible time, but it hurts her that it hurts him. She wants to get out of there, but they're snowed in. He decides to sleep with the horses because he can't be around her. At Trina's, her mom wakes her up after stubbing her toe in the kitchen. They talk about how worn our Trina feels. She'll never forgive her mom for what she did to Curtis. Portia says she has the right not to forgive her, but she's old enough to know adults have complicated relationships. Trina can't stand that her sister is coming into the world surrounded by lies. She's still in a lot of pain from being lied to her entire life. She can't understand the choices her mom makes. Portia is sure it's not in her to blame an innocent child for her mistakes. She goes back to bed and Trina cries. At the island cabin, Britt warns Jason how dangerous the people she's involved with are. She explains that Cullum is working with Sidwell and he works for the WSB. He's also threatened Rocco. Britt tells him how Cullum and the others faked her death and gave her medication in exchange for her completing Faison's final project. Working for them sounded better than death. She tells him that Sidwell murdered Dalton right in front of her. Jason says they need to get away from those guys. He can have her medicine reverse engineered. They can end this. He's surprised when she agrees. She reminds him they need to play it her way, and that means they need to avoid each other. Since tonight is all they have sex. At Windermere, Joss plays chess with Cullum. He says she's not the person she pretends to be. She says her dad taught her to play. He thinks she's interesting and wonders what secrets she's keeping. When he leaves to check the other rooms for damage, she searches his jacket and finds Faison's novel. Cullum catches her, but she covers and asks about the novel. She says the woman on the cover looks like Anna. General Hospital spoilers hint that Willow Corinthos could be cooking up a fatal Jacinda Bracken plot. Will Willow refuse to let Michael Corinthos' girlfriend play stepmom? When Willow was on trial, Alexis Davis made sure Michael's alibi fell apart in court. It came out that Michael wasn't with Jacinda at the time of the shooting, so Willow was probably hoping that would end things between them. Willow clearly doesn't like the idea of Jacinda spending time around her children. Part of that's because Willow judges Jacinda for her escort work, and another part of that may be because she doesn't want anyone taking her place. Willow has spent months apart from Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos, so that's taken a toll on her. At this point, Willow may fear that her children are going to have trouble reconnecting with her. Meanwhile, we've got Jacinda, who's acting like Wiley's buddy and impressing him with her knowledge of video games. Jacinda knows how important Michael's kids are to him, so she's obviously making a real effort and getting along well with Wiley. Since Michael stood by Jacinda after their alibi deception was exposed, Willow won't be happy about their continued bond. That's especially true now that Jacinda's hanging out with Wiley more and becoming a bigger presence in his life. Willow may start to worry that if she doesn't nip this in the bud, Jacinda could marry Michael one day. Since Willow is already upset about Jacinda playing stepmom, she certainly doesn't want her achieving real stepmother status through a Michael wedding. Willow has become pretty bold about taking care of business and going after what she wants. When Willow jabbed Drew with that syringe and caused his stroke, there was never any sign of hesitation or fear that she might not get away with it. Instead, GH fans could tell Willow knew exactly what she was doing and saw the confidence in her plan. If Willow decides to target Jacinda next, she could act with that same confident precision. Willow might try to sabotage Michael's romance and plot a breakup first. If that doesn't work, Willow may be forced to take more drastic measures and could determine that Jacinda needs to face a grim fate. General Hospital spoilers say wildcard Willow could go after more victims, so stick with us for updates on any terrible news that might be brewing for Jacinda. General Hospital spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for Friday, January 30th, 2026. It shows Carly Spencer making a confession. Lulu Spencer is overwhelmed with guilt. Plus, Cody Bell snaps. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the ABC soap opera. Let's start off with Lulu, who will still be at the cafe with Nathan West. After sharing a kiss, the blonde will completely flip out. The journalist will tell Nathan that Maxie Jones would kill her if she found out about her feelings for him. Nathan might tell her that Maxie is in a coma right now and she might not wake up. While he will forever love Maxie, he can't put his life on hold forever. Of course, fans know that Maxie is coming back soon. Over with Trina Robinson, she will continue dealing with her mother. While Trina didn't want to talk, Portia Robinson pushed it. While the mother wants to smooth things over, Trina isn't buying it. The young lady declares that the trust is already gone. General Hospital spoilers for the next episode reveal that Molly Lansing Davis's purse fell. That gave Cody a chance to read over her romance manuscript. However, Cody snaps and says he now realizes what Molly thinks of him. However, maybe Cody should read until the end. As for Carly, she will make a confession. The blonde will tell Valentin Cassadine that he's not who she thought. The blonde says this with a soft tone, and they have connected over their love for their children. So, Carly might arrange another meeting between Valentin and Charlotte Cassadine. As for what else to expect, Charlotte and Danny Morgan have to deal with their smooch. They are second cousins once removed, so let's see how this plays out. It is also stated that Rocco Falconeri's feelings get hurt, so I wonder how Charlotte and Danny will deal with the fallout. Jocelyn Jacks faces more questions from director Ross Cullum. The man wants to know what other secrets she's keeping. Plus, Britt Westbourne issues a grave warning to Jason Morgan. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most on Friday, January 30th, 2026? General Hospital spoilers hint that Nathan West and Lulu Spencer could be gearing up for a bedroom romp. Will Lulu and Nathan commit an even worse betrayal before Maxie Jones awakens? Now that Nathan and Lulu have had a makeout session, they've already crossed a line they never intended to cross. Since Lulu is Maxie Jones's best friend, she never expected to feel more than friendly feelings for Maxie's back from the dead hubby. Despite Lulu's best efforts to avoid more temptation, she'll indeed long for Nathan in the coming episodes. Nathan and Lulu have ignited something between them that'll be impossible to take back. Of course, Nathan will struggle with forbidden desires of his own. Lulu and Nathan's attempt to just put that kiss behind them won't really be an option, so there'll be temptation on both sides. That could lead to Nathan and Lulu committing a far worse betrayal soon. Lulu and Nathan may eventually hit the sheets if they find they just can't resist the magnetic pull they're feeling toward each other. The timing couldn't be worse since we know Maxie's return air date is just around the corner. Kirsten Storms will reprise the role of Maxie starting February 12th, so it's interesting that Nathan and Lulu are heating things up right now. At some point in the next couple weeks, Lulu and Nathan could head to the bedroom to take things to the next level. Naturally, that could bring some regrets in the aftermath, especially since Maxie's wake-up call is on the horizon. If GH writers want to get extra soapy, maybe Nathan could get a call from Felicia Scorpio, Damian Spinelli, or someone at the Boston facility while he's in bed with Lulu. Can you imagine Nathan and Lulu basking in the afterglow until the phone rings with news about Maxie's coma awakening? Both of them might have to hop up and get dressed to go see Maxie once they get updates. It could certainly raise the stakes of this story if Lulu and Nathan take the next sizzling step before Maxie wakes up. A tipsy kiss while trapped during a snowstorm can be explained away. A night where Nathan and Lulu choose to strip down for passion would be a far worse betrayal, so maybe the show should go there. General Hospital spoilers say Lulu and Nathan have much more drama ahead of them, so stay tuned. General Hospital spoilers hint that Drew Kane's miracle could change everything. Will redemption follow Drew's recovery and lead to him heading down a more positive road? GH writers have taken this character to some truly despicable places, so many fans are wishing they'd get back to the old Drew. Drew used to be a good man who stepped up for others instead of constantly scheming against almost everyone in town. Drew got his first comeuppance when Willow Kane fired at him twice in his own living room. That obviously didn't do anything to change Drew's perspective, but maybe this whole stroke situation will be a different story. Willow plunged a syringe into Drew's neck and launched this stroke crisis, which Drew's doctors don't think he can fully recover from. Drew will have to undergo plenty of therapy, but there are no guarantees he'll ever get back to anything close to normal. However, Drew wouldn't be the first character to receive a miracle in the medical department. Viewers have seen so many Port Charles residents get mind-blowing recoveries over the years, so Drew may be next in line. That could mean bad news for Willow since she needs Drew to stay silent. This version of Drew that's immobile and unable to speak works for Willow, but she may try to wipe him out again if his recovery process goes too far. Nevertheless, Drew may end up surviving whatever's to come and exposing Willow's guilt. Although Drew may want Willow to face consequences, he could perhaps get away from this cartoony mustache-twirling villain that he's turned into. At one point, Nina Reeves mulled over the possibility of Drew changing for the better after his stroke. Kai Taylor was doubtful, but maybe Drew will surprise everyone somewhere down the line. The first shocker could come when Drew starts making great strides in his recovery. Drew may leave Lucas Jones and other PC residents taken aback when it comes to his progress. The second shocker could come when Drew undergoes another personality change. Drew became a baddie following his prison release, but perhaps all this stroke drama will bring a major reevaluation of his life. If Drew does some soul-searching as he fights his way back to normal functions, he may realize he has to stop all the plotting and concentrate on what matters. Drew's priority may shift to being the best father he can be to Scout, so he may want to set a better example for her. General Hospital spoilers say Drew could potentially become someone Scout can be proud of again, so stay tuned for updates on the road ahead. Be sure to make us your top GH source for all the exciting General Hospital spoilers, updates, and news you're looking for. General Hospital spoilers hint that Charlotte Cassadine may use Willow Kane to make Nina Reeves pay. Will Charlotte's vengeful Cassadine side take control? Charlotte was livid when she eavesdropped on Nina's conversation with Jack Brennan. Now Charlotte knows Brennan helped Willow get off the hook in the shooting case, so he's counting on Nina to repay the favor. Brennan pressured Nina to speak with Charlotte again and help him locate fugitive Valentine Cassadine. Charlotte trusted Nina and knows Valentine trusted her too, so she's outraged over her former stepmother turning against them both. However, GH fans know Nina hasn't really betrayed Charlotte at this point in the story. Although Nina previously quizzed Charlotte a bit, she was quick to cart Charlotte off on the topic of Valentine. It was obvious that Nina was still trying to protect Valentine and avoid using Charlotte. Nina has vowed to speak with Charlotte a second time, but it's entirely possible she's just going through the motions to get Brennan off her back. Unfortunately, Charlotte is too focused on rage to consider all that. Although Charlotte recalls Nina stopping her attempt to discuss Valentine, she suggested it might have been an act of manipulation. Regardless, Charlotte currently feels like Nina is a total backstabber, so she's going to want vengeance. All signs point to Charlotte letting her inner Cassadine take over based on her 2026 GH preview details. It's just a matter of what that means exactly and how Charlotte might get some payback. Charlotte isn't someone who should be underestimated since this is Helena Cassadine's granddaughter we're talking about. When Charlotte was younger, she pulled off some twisted schemes. Charlotte is a teenager now, but she's still got that same sneaky Cassadine side and will be driven by a desire for revenge in the coming months. As a result, Charlotte may decide to target Willow as a way to inflict some pain on Nina. Perhaps Charlotte will think Nina needs to face a betrayal of her own involving her beloved daughter, who she clearly values more than her former stepdaughter, at least from Charlotte's perspective. Will Charlotte dig for proof and work on exposing the fact that Willow shot Drew Kane? Willow can't be prosecuted for that a second time, but Charlotte could still make sure the news goes public and hurts Willow's reputation. That could knock Willow out of getting her kids back and hurt Nina in the process. Charlotte might even find out about Willow causing Drew's stroke depending on what else she might overhear down the line. Trina is very angry with her mother on General Hospital these days, but why should that prompt her to refer to Taggart as the man I used to call my father? What did Taggart do to her? Then again, GH characters are kind of famous for picking up and dropping parents at the drop of a hat. Here are some of the worst offenders. Laura was switched at birth and for the first 12 years of her life grew up thinking her name was Laura Vining and her parents were Jason and Barbara Vining. But then she met her biological mother, Leslie, and opted to live with her, switching to calling her mom without much effort. Leslie was married to Rick, so he became Laura's dad. She even called herself Laura Weber. Then time passed, and Rick returned to the canvas. Only now, instead of being the stepfather Laura adored, he was the horrible man who was cheating on Leslie when Laura walked in on him and killed the other woman, prompting Rick and Scotty to get rid of the body and encourage Laura's amnesia. Oh, and Laura was no longer calling Rick dad. Because why would she ever have considered a horrible man like that her dad? Carly was the one who encouraged Michael to think of Sonny as his father instead of AJ. But then Michael got mad at Sonny and reconnected with his Quartermaine family. However, Michael decided he loved Sonny again and went back to calling him dad, while keeping the Quartermaines dangling. After all, why turn down all their lovely money? Michael is a man of strong convictions. General Hospital star Chris McKenna is championing the young adult scene on the show. The actor was a child soap star himself, and he's made quite a statement about his colleagues. McKenna is known for having fun with GH fans on social media, especially X. This week, the actor used the social media platform to make a bold, very true statement about some of his cast members. I grew up on soaps, and I've never seen such a talented group of young actors on a show in my life. He wrote on X before adding, "For those who don't know, I was a decorated child actor on a soap from 12 to 16 years. Paralinguisti, asparalinguisti, old, and I'm telling you too." His bunch is elite. The actor landed the role of Joey Buchanan, the son of the infamous Vicki Lord, on One Life to Live when he was 12. Last year, McKenna and Slizak reunited on GH and gave fans a hilarious nod to OLTL in a behind-the-scenes blooper. McKenna is not wrong. The younger stars have been on fire for months, and there's no question other soaps could learn a thing or two from GH. While the actor didn't name names, currently Bluesy Burke, Asher Antonisen, Finn Carr, Giovanni Mazza, and Braden Bruner are killing it in their roles. These young stars are all front and center in major storylines, holding their own with the show's vets like Jane Elliott, Jeannie Francis, and Maurice Benard. The teens and young adults aren't the only ones making a mark on the ABC soap. Gary James Fuller, Scarlett Spears, and Cosette Abinante are amazing, further proving that GH has a solid next generation, unlike what is happening over at Days of Our Lives. McKenna had several fans jump into his comment section to agree with his words. Could not agree more, the young actors are gems, and at a very wide age range, from Scarlett all the way up to Brayden, just so talented. The teens are doing amazing too, shared a fan. Another fan stated, "So considerate of you to post this, Chris. I am definitely impressed with the level of talent on GH has with their young team of actors." McKenna has no problem giving his thoughts and insights on the show. In fact, he recently defended Jack's feelings for Carly after the WSB's intentions were brought into question.